Hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we're going to be talking about road rage, man. Road rage. You know, it's something that's pretty darn scary, and I think we take it a little too lightly sometimes. I'll be dropping some videos here and there of different people doing stupid things. Now, they won't have context, so sometimes you won't know who's in the wrong and who's in the right, because sometimes those things can be a little confusing. But I can say that anyone who gets in front of someone and slams on brakes is not real bright. We just shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Getting in a fast lane, doing 20 miles an hour just to hack the guy behind us off just because we think we're right doesn't make that action right. So we're going to talk about some statistics about road rage and what we can do to avoid being in a road rage incident. This is really important stuff. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit down, and enjoy the show. All right, well, before we get going, if you would, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. You know what I'm going to say. Also, a big special thanks to BRP Slant CanAm On-Road for what they've done for this channel and for Florida Motorsports of Tallahassee. I appreciate both of them greatly. All right, so let's talk about road rage incidents. First off, between 2014 and 2016, road rage incidents involving firearms doubled. That's crazy. Twice as many over a 2-year period. That's nuts. Here's another one. Now, this one kind of surprised me. This is a pretty high number to me. 4% of drivers. Now, we know how many drivers are on the road. So 4% of drivers admit that they've actually gotten out of their car to confront another driver. 50% of drivers who experience road rage respond with aggressive behavior. So half the people that go into this road rage, they are going to express themselves aggressively. Here's another one for you. You're going to love this one. 3% of drivers, that's 6 million Americans, admit to hitting another car on purpose. That is insane. Actually running into another car on purpose. And for those of us on motorcycles, that should tell us, you know, we need to be careful, because if they're running into cars on purpose, I don't think we're going to come out too good on that one. Here's another startling statistic. So in the last 10 years, road rage incidents are up. You ready? 500%. 500%. And they're still on the rise. Yes, still on the rise. In 2016, the U.S. averaged one death a day attributed to road rage. So, you know, it is a real issue. It's a real problem. People brake checking, people pulling out in front of you, people chasing you, running you down. You know, one day my son and my daughter-in-law and I were in a rental car that they had, and we were pulling out of a Publix parking lot. As we were exiting the parking lot, and it's a 4-lane road, my son went across into the center lane where the road was going to merge in. There was a young man on a motorcycle at the red light, probably an 1/8 of a mile. We were coming over as he started accelerating out of the red light. There was no way to judge it. There was just no way to judge it that it was going to be a problem. The young man could have just driven right around us. It was never close, was never anything scary. What he did on a motorcycle, he came flying up beside the vehicle, smashed the mirror on the side of the rental car, then got in front of the car and brake checked an SUV on a motorcycle. Are you kidding me? This is insanity. You know what? If that guy is still alive today, it's because he had a change of heart. Because people like that, they don't live long on the road. They're bound to get run over. Don't be that guy. So now that we've got that out of the way with a couple of stories and maybe a few little videos, I'm going to be dropping some videos through this thing, and you can just kind of laugh or leave a comment down below. Also, if you've been a victim of road rage, or, now's a chance to get it out, right? Have you ever been that guy? You know, maybe it was when you were young. Maybe it was 40 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever. You got out of a car, you yelled at somebody, you flipped them off, you did this, you did that. Not that you would ever do it. I'm sure you're an angel. But I know when I was a young man, I did some stupid things. I don't do that stuff anymore. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little too late in the game to be playing dumb games. My dad always used to tell me, and you've heard this, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I don't want any part of that. But if you've got a story about something that you've experienced from the aggressor or the aggressee side, leave it in a comment down below. I'd love to hear your story. So here we go. 5 strategies for avoiding road rage issues. Now, I want you to understand, whenever you're on the road, you're always going to have someone cut you off. You are going to cut someone off. You're going to look up and realize that you're not going fast enough and someone's eating you up, or you may be tailgating someone and you shouldn't be doing it. I've done some and or all of these at one time or another. I've made my mistakes while driving. I know I'm not innocent. Also, sometimes it's not a matter of innocence or guilt. It's a matter of making an honest mistake. People make honest mistakes. The redundancy of driving is the fact that there's 2 drivers, and hopefully when something occurs, that redundancy of those 2 drivers, this one catches it or this one catches it. It's when a mistake is made and neither driver catches it that an accident occurs. But often the guy who catches the mistake is angry and he wants to lash out. So here are the 5 strategies. So the first thing you have to do is this. You got to let it go, man. Just let it go. You know, if a dude flips you off, you don't have to flip him off. You can not flip somebody off. It won't hurt you. You don't have to give them a rude gesture. You don't have to hang your head out the window and call them a name. You don't have to lay on the horn and make a point. You know, it's better to just let it go. Don't pursue it. It's not worth it. You know, you don't know. Remember we talked about how the number of firearms and deaths and people just running into cars? You don't know if that person on the other side of that vehicle is that kind of person that might very well want to do it to you. So the first thing you have to do is, if you've been wrong, is just let it go. It's not worth it. The next one, and I mentioned it a little bit, get away from them. If you have someone that you're behind, slow up a little bit. Just get away from them. If you're on the interstate and you can get in another lane and avoid them and just get away from them, just get away from them. You know, people that are angry drivers and upset people and nasty and crazy, just stay away from them. It's just not worth it. So, number 1, let it go. Number 2, get away from them. You know, I was always told if you feel the hairs on the back of your neck standing up and there's a problem, and I would tell my children this, if you're at a party or somewhere and the little spidey senses start going off, run. Don't walk, run, get away from it. God gave you those feelings for a reason. Extract yourself from the scenario. And that includes anything, whether it's a restaurant, a bar room, a party, or a car. There's a little Coach Bob advice for you. All right, so the next one is this. When you make a mistake, because guess what? You're going to, and so am I, because we're human beings. You can wave, give them a peace sign. You can say this. Watch my lips. You know what I said. Sorry. You know it's easy to see. And you know what? Simply being a little repentant and kind can go a long way. It doesn't mean that the person on the other end is going to respond properly, but if you can't get away from the situation, at least you can try to diffuse it with your own personal behavior. You know, and sometimes when they make the mistake and they're freaking out, you can just go, hey, it's okay. Wave at them, give them the peace sign. It's okay. Let it go, man. It's just not worth it. So to give them some sort of gesture, some body language that says, hey, we're cool, man. It's okay. This is a big one. This is number 4 is don't leave late. And there are times that we are late. We're running late. And when we are running late, then we don't need to do this. Don't be in a rush. You know, so many people leave 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late every single day. Every day. In fact, you know, it's funny when I'm on the road around 8 or 8:30 or 9, you see those people, they're trying to get to work by 8. and it's like 7:55. And you know that's what they're doing. And I mean, they're weaving in and out of traffic because they left at the last minute. They hit that snooze button one more time. You know, get on up. It's worth it. Get up, leave early. Don't be in a rush. Take your time. You know, not only will you be a less aggressive driver and experience less road rage, or to keep us from being the starter of that road rage incident, you know, we can just take our time, slow down a little bit. It's going to be okay. Don't be in a rush. Here's another one. Just avoid the high traffic areas. You know, there are times you can just take an alternate route to work. You don't have to go, you know, the same way every day. There are times, you know, like when I go to I go to the chiropractor every week. There's a big intersection that I have to go to just in order to get there. No matter what route I take, I have to get through this one intersection simply to get to this office. So I know that when I get there, it's going to be backed up. People are going to be trying to get over. You'll see them. They're sitting there with their blinker and they're trying to merge over. It's just a busy time of day. Just wave one person in. Wave. It's okay. But avoid the high congested areas if you can, especially if you're the kind of person that you know has a short fuse. Not that that would ever be you. All right, so we've got 5 ways we can do that. But how can we keep it calm? You know, if you've ever seen the movie Anger Management, where Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler are stopped on the bridge, right? Because Adam Sandler had shown some aggression about getting to work on time. And so being his anger management coach, Jack Nicholson stops the car, takes the key out of the ignition. You got people on the bridge honking and hooting and hollering. And he makes Adam Sandler sing a song. Here's a little cut from it.
I need you to unfluster.
My boss is going to go nuts on me if we're late, so...
We're going to sing a song.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. La 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 la.
So, there you have it. If you need to sing I Feel Pretty from West Point Story, you can do that too. But how can you have a stress-free ride? How can you manage your anger? There's a couple of ways you can do it. Whether you're on a motorcycle or in a car, and I've found this to be true, very, very true. Clean your ride. Make sure your ride is clean. You know, if you're riding in a car where you could plant daisies in the floorboard, you're going to be more prone to be angry. If you're riding on a motorcycle, a tourer, where the windshield is covered in bugs, you're going to be more prone to be angry. There's something about the feeling of the cleanliness in the environment that you're in. You have to create a positive feeling environment. Yeah, I said it. Feelings. All right. Here's another one. The music you listen to. You know, if you're in a real high rush hour, high stress scenario, you might not want to be listening to Five Finger Death Punch. That probably isn't a great idea. Maybe put on the Carpenters. I don't know. But the music you listen to will greatly enhance that part of your ride, whether it's on a motorcycle where you have speakers or you have a comm system inside your helmet where the music can play softly so it's not to distract or block out the noise of your external environment where you need to hear those cars around you, but to be able to hear something that's going to calm you down, to keep you from getting all jacked up. Here's another one. Take care of this old machine. Eat right and take care of yourself. I'm going to say it in a few minutes. You know I am. But you have to do that. You have to take care of this old machine, because if you're all jacked up, then your attitude is going to be all jacked up. And here is the last thing that you can do to create a stress-free ride. You ready for this one? This is a tough one, hardest one of them all. Just be nice. Just be nice. Be kind. Years ago, I got stopped by a law enforcement officer, and I didn't have my children strapped in the car properly. They were small. It's obviously a long, long time ago, and child seats and all that stuff was dramatically different what was required back then. But I don't know what I did. If I had them both strapped in a seatbelt, or I'd done something wrong. Anyway, he started to chew me out. But then you know how police officers will ask you, where are you coming from, that kind of thing. But it was more, you could see there was something in his mind where the wheels started turning. He's like, something in this puzzle is not right. This guy appears to be professional and have his act together, and he's not. Something's going on. And I told him, I said, I'm leaving the hospital, and my wife is not expected to live another week. And I just didn't do things right when I got in the car with the kids. I'm sorry. You know, he extended me some grace. He didn't write me a ticket. He helped me strap my kids in the back seat properly. And he said, sir, I hope your day gets better. God bless. Understand, the person pulling out in front of you, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what diagnosis they've gotten. You don't know if they have a sick child or a parent that is falling apart. You have no idea what that person's going through. They may have lost their job. Their marriage may be on the rocks. You don't know. People hurt. And normally, when you're looking at that person across on the other side of the table, even if it appears that they have everything that you could possibly imagine and all of the material things that you would want, you just never know what someone's going through. So be kind. Just be kind. All right. Well, there you have it. 5 strategies and an addition on how to create a stress-free ride. So do me a favor until next time. You, yes you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself. And remember, if you're not having fun, you are definitely doing it wrong. So you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real